The Aftermath.
Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of the Aftermath podcast. Today's episode is going to be election anxiety. Election anxiety. What's going on? Your guy, Joey Boy.
Hey, it's JD.
And it's Sienna.
And producer Jules.
All right, who'd you guys vote for? Dodgers or Yankees? Let's get this out the way before we get into the election. Really quick. A lot of people.
A lot of teams. I was playing shortstop. I was pitching and catching.
The hate this room has for the Dodgers is crazy.
It's man. The one team you don't want to win, especially if you live in Arizona, was the Dodgers.
Yes, literally. I already had it planned in my head for when they lost. I was going to make a video of just me sitting down and patting the chair next to me to have them come sit next to me since we lost in the World Series last year, and they're right there with us. But nope, Yankees couldn't pull it off.
It was literally my fucking worst nightmare. I worked for the D-backs for years. I grew up in Boston, so I literally hate them both.
Oh, okay.
It was
double negative.
It was a double negative. I was like, how about we just fucking cancel it?
Yeah.
We just don't have a World Series.
I grew up in LA and I did go to some Dodger games growing up, and I was a big fan growing up in the 80s in LA of Fernando Valenzuela, so he passed away. So, and my dad is from the South Bronx. So my dad, Yankees fan. My brother, hardcore Dodger fan. I'm not a huge baseball fan. So I live in Phoenix doing radio. Let's be honest. I go for the D-backs because I do radio here. And I was like, I got to root for the home team. I enjoy going to the games. Can't really watch it on TV to me. That's boring. I'll go to a D-backs game. But I was split in between. I would love to see my dad's Yankees get one. But then I was like, it'd be dope if it did this for Fernando Valenzuela. Then when there was going to be a clean sweep, I'm like, this is boring. This is the hype on this shit is whack. Then when the Yankees won one, I'm like, let them win two that way. This is a series.
Yeah.
And it would have been so dope. So dope. But I don't know if the dates would have matched, if the defining day of Dodgers-Yankees would have been on Tuesday, Super Tuesday.
It wouldn't have.
It wouldn't have.
No, because Game 6 would have been Friday. Game 7 would have been Saturday.
This weekend. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, so much going on. Well, that's it. Dodgers win. They're burning down the city. So,
No, literally.
There's nothing worse than a Dodger fan, but there's nothing even more worse than a bandwagon Dodger fan. That's just who I don't want to deal with next year.
I don't like bandwagon anything. Yeah.
I'm right there with you, bro.
Series is over. Anxiety is over. It sucks for D-back fans. Dodgers won it. But now let's get to the election, the anxiety of the election happening on Tuesday. And we went back and forth where we were going to talk about this. Our show is not a political show. Our show is like, if you're listening to our show, is to get away with it or get away from it. If you're like, all these ads and commercials and you're just like, like I am. We discuss, are we going to talk about it? And here we are talking about it here on the Aftermath podcast. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment. I personally can't wait till this shit is fucking over.
Same, man.
I can't fast forward the next week enough till this is over. It doesn't matter of the political stance. I've learned in the past probably 5 years, I'm friends with Democrats and Republicans. And there was a point where I couldn't be friends with one because I was so anti that point of view. And I just learned people are going to have their points of view. That doesn't make them a bad person. Could make them, in my mind, making a wrong decision. But at the end of the day, I'm friends with both. And I was enlightened this week, and it was so nice to see Eminem and Kid Rock saying, hey. And I will say, Kid Rock really kicked that off. He did a video playing his guitar saying, hey, I respect Taylor Swift and Eminem. We live in the greatest country in the world. I'm paraphrasing. I don't know exactly what he said. But their right to vote for their person is their right. Yeah. I do not agree. I'm MAGA. I'm voting for Donald Trump. He said, I think Trump will take us back where we need to be. But I love you, Marshall, which is Eminem, if you don't know if this is a real name. And one thing we can agree on, and he took it back to sports, which I love, let's go Detroit Lions. Because they're both from Detroit.
Yeah.
I love that. That to me is old school talking at work or a job. They say you shouldn't talk politics at work or a mixed company. But back in the days, that's how it was. I could hear my parents talking about it, or people just talking about some politics where it's like, well, if you vote for this person, I hate you too, or we can't be friends, or I'm unfriending you. It's just so fucking crazy. So when he posted that, Eminem, I think reposted it, or at the very least acknowledged it on X, saying, I love you, Bob. We can't agree. Go Detroit Lions. And I thought that's the way it should be. And I haven't seen that in quite a long time, specifically with celebrities where they can be like, hey, we just don't fucking agree with politics. That's all right. It does nothing to do with our friendship. I wish it was like that. That's me personally, but that's not the case, JD.
Yeah, that's a good point. And, you know, Michigan is like one of those swing states. So there have been like 3 states specifically that I feel like I've seen in the news all the time. Us, Arizona, Wisconsin, and Michigan, and maybe Pennsylvania. But I think that my wonder was, I wonder if they strategically did that because maybe they feel something brewing from an anxiety portion from the people of Michigan being like, hey, we can't like go super extreme here because this is so up in the air. If we can get some kind of unity or at least have some conversations, I wonder if that will lower the temperature a little bit because Kid Rock's 10 toes, and we all know Eminem for show has been 10 toes.
He's been hanging out Barack Obama introducing him, and he's very vocal. He's voting for Kamala. So
I mean, Trump opened up Kid Rock's concert. Like he had a video that would play after or before every show. So I wonder if they kind of did that as like a, hey, let's vote. Let's, you know, be diplomatic or democratic about this. And at
the end of the day, we're all human.
Correct.
You fast forward 2-3 months, life goes on.
Yeah, I think it's kind of refreshing regardless if it was strategically planned or if it was genuine, because I feel like now people are looking to celebrities to endorse, or who are they going to endorse, because obviously a lot of A-list celebrities have been very vocal about it, but there have been other people coming for those celebrities very aggressively of, oh, why aren't you voting for this person? You're dumb, you're stupid, all this stuff. So then, which adds to this whole anxiety thing and why we're in the political climate we're in. It's supposed to just be, you know, respect people's views, and that's it. So I feel like it's really refreshing to have that as, you know, an example. Again, like you said, it reminds you of kind of old school to where you can keep it just civil, you know, just to have love for someone, even if they have a different point of view.
You know what I was thinking? I don't know of a parent like this, and I don't know if this, I feel like it might happen because I think there's extremists on both sides. Mm-hmm. They're like, you are hardcore blue or hardcore red, and they can't be your friend, and then, which that's not my vibe. But I wonder if these mom and dads with little girls that absolutely love Taylor Swift and with her support, being democratic, if they're far right, now they take their daughter's music away?
Ooh. Yeah, that's true.
So true. But I just so disagree with all of that.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Wouldn't that sad?
What makes me like mad about all of it. I just feel like, yes, I do think it should be a topic of conversation between people, but I almost think everybody needs to be punished right now. Nobody can handle that conversation.
Yeah.
Nobody's like doing it maturely. And I just feel like, so celebrities coming out almost and stating their opinion is just causing more of an uproar than we almost need right now. I just feel like there's an uproar everywhere all the time. That's what causes me anxiety about it.
Okay, well, I'll ask you. Oh, no, so go continue.
No,
I'm sorry.
that's fine.
Asking you as a parent, so like let's say Gia, who obviously is a mega Taylor Swift fan.
Yeah.
As a parent, without bringing up your politics, how would you describe Taylor's voice? You know, would you describe it in a sense of like, hey, I think this is really cool of Taylor Swift. Now, you don't have to believe what Taylor Swift believes, but she's choosing to outwardly support somebody, which is okay to do. Like, as a parent, how do you cipher that? Because there's always, you know how like there's business talk and then there's like normal talk. Is there a business way you approach that for either side?
No, I'm kind of like, I let my kids, now that I have a 19-year-old and I help raise stepkids, I don't force my views on them, on what I believe. I want them to pick their own religion, pick their own politics, make their own decisions in life. I don't force them. I couldn't be a parent. Like, say Taylor Swift says, I am for Trump, and I wasn't for Trump. I would not let her not listen to Taylor Swift. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's two different things. So I'll let her base her opinions growing up on what she is. And yeah, I think that's the way. She's 7, so she hasn't brought it up. I will say these little fucking ads commercials where Cruz, my 9-year-old, there's that one commercial. I'll be honest with y'all. Cruz is like, hey, Dad, you know, if Kamala wins, we're going to go into World War III. I'm like, what the fuck?
He's genuinely concerned.
He says, I'm like, take that red hat off. Give me Come here. Where'd you hear that? I saw it on TV, Dad. So to them, TV, why would you lie? They don't get it.
Yeah.
So I have to watch that and monitor, but it's hard. They're on YouTube, they're watching TV, they could be watching anything, or daddy and mommy watching something. You'll see it just sporting events, you know, and Cruz watches football. So if he saw that commercial, he doesn't know about, you know, mudslinging in politics.
It's so hilarious because both candidates are acting like children, so it's like the people that they're relating to the most are children.
Yeah.
They're like, hey,
They
talk
can't
to me
vote.
like I'm 5.
Yeah.
They're having these ads like, we're going into World War III, and then they get Cruz, someone like Cruz. He's like, yeah, we're going I believe you.
Yeah, that's wild.
I was like, where the hell did you hear that? And laughed, and I'm like, oh my God, it's so impressionable.
That's hilarious.
So as a parent, how do you differentiate that? I know you said you don't want to force your views on them, but you kind of have to educate him in that moment.
I educated him on, like, listen, they're both running to be the president of the United States. They're going to say things that are true, not true, somewhere in the middle, kind of let people think that this is true. So I told him, like, all politicians lie. And I said, you don't have to, like, Papi, don't worry, we're not going to World War III. If it's nothing to do with this person, I try to play the safe zone.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I don't want him thinking that. Whoever said it. You know what I mean?
Because it scares
it's
him.
such a hypothetical, like you're playing the hypothetical game
Yeah.
at that point.
I want my son to
Yeah.
feel safe and not the scare tactic, if that makes sense. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's just like, I'm not going to let my child watch this scary movie because he's going to have nightmares at night. Why do I want my child to think we're going into World War III? So, like, if Kamala does win, then he's like, oh my God, we're going to World War III. He's putting on aluminum hats on.
Yeah.
You know, he's in the bathtub. Like, what? I don't know what's going through his mind, poor thing. I
Do you
hate
ask
that.
him? Do you ask him critical thinking questions, like as we're kind of cruising pun along here?
That was the one.
Yeah.
Him bringing that up to me out of the blue, that was the latest critical thinking one. Like, why do you think that? And he said he saw the commercial.
It's so interesting.
It must be hard though too, because you want to keep their innocence. Because at 7 and 9, they don't necessarily need to know what's going on.
This is just, this
It's
one
okay
is
to
so
educate them.
different.
Yeah,
This
it's
one's so different.
because they're exposed to it now with their iPads and being on YouTube, like you said, right?
The one commercial I do like is, well, the people calling him, I think it's a sports commercial, but everyone's like calling timeout to hate. I love that
Yes.
commercial.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Calling timeout. And you're just talking about there's so much hate in the world. There's so much hate in people's heart. It is so crazy. And I just don't want my kids to grow up in a world like that. So there's been a lot of times where I just turn off the TV. And you guys see me and you guys know me. I do a lot of activities with my kids. We're playing in the backyard. We're playing cornhole. We're going to the park. We're walking the dog. We're going to football practices. We're walking the track. We're going to toy stores. We're reading books. I do anything that I possibly can for my kids to stay off media right now because I love that commercial to combat that. I love that timeout for hate. So much fucking crazy. Why would you hate somebody because they have a different of opinion on you? Unless they're acting on hate.
Yeah.
Then I can
Yeah,
understand,
right.
like,
Good
I
point,
got to
yeah.
disassociate myself
No, good
because
point, yeah.
you are literally wishing hate and death on this person because their other political views. I can understand you disassociating yourself with that person, no matter which side. But if you just know Uncle Rick is voting this way because he's voting with his pockets because Uncle Rick has money and he's just like, well, I'm voting this way because it's going to save me my tax bracket, da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, Uncle Rick, to each his own. And that's it. I'll see you at Thanksgiving. Love you. Give him a hug. At the end of the day, it's family and friends. That's my opinion. I just seen too much, even my family, I will say, that they're turning, and that's when I say something, family members turning their back away from each other because they're voting the other way. I think that's ridiculous.
I've stopped responding to text messages about politics recently. My best friend, he's from Mississippi, and his dad has been sending me so much shit like all the time. And I just the other day I was like, all right, I'm like hella over this because clearly you have a heavy opinion.
He's a Trumper. Say it.
Yeah. Whatever your stereotype of the South is, yes, it's 100% true.
Right.
And it's just like, you know, I don't want
Is he sending like memes to be funny, or is he sending you're stupid if you vote the
I
other
think
way?
he's fucking with me, to be
Okay.
honest. But I also do believe that he is believing like what he's saying to me.
Right. But he's not the one to tell his son, don't associate with him, even though you're best friends.
No. Yeah, no.
See,
like,
that's my problem.
Right. Like I think 5 years ago or whenever, to your point, I would have been like, I don't know if I could fuck with the family anymore.
Yeah.
Like, and whereas now I feel just like you said, we can kind of turn the temperature down on that and be like, you know, I'm not going to say you're not my family because you're voting for a
ridiculous.
political candidate.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Do I think his thought process is ridiculous? Yes. But as you know, and I don't know where you guys have gone in the country per se on road trips or whatever. I'm telling you, fam, like it is different other places.
Yeah.
Like there are reasons people vote specifically for who they want because they live a different lifestyle.
Absolutely. I agree.
So like I've driven through the Pennsylvanias and the Pittsburghs and like
Because you're a traveling DJ, so
Yes.
you've seen these small town.
I've seen flags for both sides. I've
Yeah.
seen cardboard cutouts. I've seen
Yes.
shit on cars. And I'm just like, okay, well, if you have a farm, yeah, man, you might lean to one side
Yeah.
or the other because they're fucking with your life.
Well, and then
So-
you're a product of your environment.
Correct.
If it's generational, you voted
Yeah.
Republican. I get it. Listen, I just went and listen. They want Arizona so bad.
so bad.
Oh, yeah.
We are like the hottest girl on the block. Like we're
Everyone's
so
trying to
hot.
date us.
Yeah, we're that
Yes.
bitch.
Yeah.
Literally.
Arizona is that bitch.
We're that bitch.
Like all of them. Donald, Kamala, Vance, they're here every other day. They're rotating.
Literally like
They're
tug
here
of war.
today as we are recording this. They are
Yes.
both here today.
Both. They want Arizona so bad. So that tells us they need Arizona. They need this state, which is crazy to see. And you see it. And we live it here in Arizona. A week ago, I took a trip up to Prescott. My 9-year-old Cruz does tackle football. Traveled for the first time. Got a hotel. Really exciting. Like you said, small town living. Every fucking sign. There's Trump, Trump, Trump. Not fucking one Harris Waltz. I'm like, oh, okay, this is all right. Okay, this is what it is. But that was to me exactly what you said. I was like, well, if they were always, it doesn't have to be about Trump, by the way. I feel like Prescott has always probably been Republican.
It's a red state.
It's a red state, yeah.
Where we're at has always been a red
So
state.
I didn't take it like, oh, I better watch my back and blah, blah, blah. No, I just like, oh, this is a Republican town.
Yes.
They've been down since probably
very
Bush.
hardcore.
Yeah. And I don't have any problem with that. I don't have any problem. My problem is people that have problems with that, and I can't be your friend anymore, and I can't do this. And I just think we got to time out for the hate. I love that commercial
Yeah.
so much.
And the anxiety of the anticipation is what brings the anxiety up because no one knows. So then as like adults, if you already have anxiety, it's like 10 times as bad.
Here's some anxiety for y'all ass. Decide in your head, you don't have to say it, who you're voting for, right? This is who I would have anxiety for. The people that vote for their person wins.
Right.
Now, if shit is fucked up in a year or two, you have the other side saying, I told you so.
Yeah.
I told you so. So to me, it's like, my anxiety would also be like, oh, fuck, I went 10 toes in. I'm not talking to my cousin. This is not me personally. People that, I'm not talking to my friend. I'm not dating that girl anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking with that coworker. I'm 10 toes down, posted it on Instagram. I have the flag. Now, if your candidate wins and they fucking shit up, and then what happened to all these promises? Wait, what happened to X, Y, and Z? It's been 3 years. What the fuck? Now you get the I told you so. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the sad part is the people that are sharing their opinion that much and are so 10 toes down with their opinion, it literally does not matter if somebody is fucking shit up or not. They're going to be 10 toes down and
I don't
find
agree with that.
a reason to back them up no matter what.
This
anyway.
last president.
Correct.
This last president is the example.
You're not
A
wrong.
lot. A lot. And I will put myself up, including myself.
Yes.
They did not do what I thought they were going to do.
Sure.
So I don't want to see that again. Whoever wins,
Yeah.
I hope they do well and they could turn shit around because shit is fucked up out here on these streets. I hope whoever wins, that God bless them, and whoever supports them turns everything around in this country because shit is fucked up, man. It really is, whether it's economically or just like how we are with one another as human beings and stuff. Whoever wins, I sincerely pray that they get shit right. And whoever you vote for, I hope you don't get that. I told you
And
so.
it's like the day of. I like think about like the day of. I just want like polling places to be safe. I want the outcome to be safe. Like that's
Yeah.
where my mind
Yeah.
goes. I'm just like, okay, can we just let people vote and let the chips fall where they may?
Move on.
And then move on. And then, you know, whatever it is. Because I don't know. Have you guys voted yet?
Not yet. I'm going today or tomorrow.
Okay, I early voted, and the ballot out here gave me anxiety. And I was like stoked.
right?
You guys know me. I'm like as the resident teacher on the show, political science major from Arizona State University, alumni. I could teach government. Just want to not to be trademark Ricky Bobby Inc. The ballot was really big. And I feel, especially in Arizona, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys hear on election day how long it's taking for people to vote.
That's what happened 4 years ago, right?
But did
It took a couple days for
No, I'm not saying
the
for
lines.
to get in.
the lines, yeah.
To actually go in, physically vote what you're voting on, from propositions to judges to picking the right amount of candidates. It's going to take you a second to fill it out. So I'm ready for the news story of like people just trying to get in.
A big shout out my Boricos, my Puerto Ricans.
Yes.
Listen, I gotta talk about this. Puerto Ricans, yours truly could be the deciding factor of who the next president is.
That is true when you think about it.
The Puerto Ricans who've been colonized, who can't even we're not even a fucking state. We're just like a little blip. Like, we can't even be called a state, which is crazy to me. We're just territory of the U.S. I feel like, listen, Republicans, y'all need to be scared. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think Trump had anything to do with this fucking comedian. I believe that.
So either.
I don't think listen, Trump is busy. You know what I mean? I don't think he's not approving everything. Someone needs to be fired to hire that comedian and tell that fucking joke.
Yeah.
You're leaving. One thing that we do well in Puerto, we have a lot of kids. We like to call the island garbage. I don't think Donald knew nothing about that joke. I think he's just like, fuck. Give me a Donald Trump. What did he feel at that moment?
A lot of people say I knew him. I didn't know who he was. A lot of people say I'm the comedy person that's supposed to go up there and tell the jokes.
That could turn it. Isn't that crazy to think?
It really could, because there were a lot of Puerto Ricans. I know we've had this discussion that were for Trump, and that's totally fine. If that's how they want to vote, that's how they want to vote.
A lot of Puerter Ricans.
Yeah.
My family is Puerto Rican. My family feels like it's split down the middle, Kamala and Trump, and I'm Puerto Rican. I'm like, yo, yeah. So now, Nicky Jam, if you don't know, she's hot. Nicky Jam is a reggaeton artist, like hot. Out of Puerto Rican. He's for Trump. He's out there wearing the hat. Trump thought he was a lady, so whatever. He had a back talk because he talked shit about the comedian, about the island. So I feel like Nicky Jam got almost ostracized at that point. People from the island were kind of like, listen, it's just so wild that that comedian could have been the defining factor, because I would say right now it's 50-50. I could be wrong.
Yeah. No,
50-50 race right now?
Yes. Oh, yeah. And dude, they approved, from what I've heard, allegedly, they approved of that transcript of those jokes. His campaign. Yeah, you're not going to let some comedy guy get up there and say some shit.
So someone knew about it before.
his
Maybe not
team was
necessarily
like,
Trump.
Someone needs to be
but
fucking fired if I'm part of the whole Trump administration. Someone has to I don't think Trump knew about this guy. That's just my opinion.
Either.
I think there's too much going on to know
to
go through all the fucking material of a comedian. You know, just entertain them. But I will say, man, there's more Puerto Ricans in the U.S. than in Puerto Rico. Think about that. There's about 5 million, I think. It's 5 million. It's a lot of fucking votes.
Yeah.
You need every fucking vote. So if he just pissed off 5 million Puerto Ricans, I was like, oh, man, that's crazy how he could have altered.
Yeah, and they're very proud people, too. So they're like, oh, you going to talk shit?
We're too proud.
They are?
Let me listen to me.
You guys, I'm not Puerto Rican.
Wow.
Just because I'm Latina, you think I'm Puerto Rican?
All
Don't
brown
even
people
try.
live in garbage.
Don't even try.
Just because we're brown, we're all Latino, and we all
Don't even
classify as the
try.
same thing.
Go ahead, Sienna. We welcome you to the garbage island. Come
Wow.
I
on.
love Puerto Rico.
I'll skip on over, because apparently I'm Puerto Rican
Puerto
now.
Rico loves me.
Have you ever been to Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
You have?
I have. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that. I was like, damn, that's wild. Like, what if I was the determining factor? Why, you ask? I know you were thinking that. They want Arizona so bad.
Yeah.
They want Puerto Rican so bad. I'm both.
There you
Puerto
go.
Rican and Arizona.
to you, Joey.
It's up to me.
That's the mindset you should have anyway, regardless of if you were
up to
called
me.
trash.
Yeah.
Regardless of your homeland, was called trash.
You're gonna be the guy from the movie Swing Vote.
I gotta see this. I've
You
never
have
seen the
to
movie.
watch it.
When you told me the premise, I definitely want to see it.
It all splits down completely down the middle, and this one guy didn't vote, and it literally becomes a whole movie about in both representatives that are running for presidency, they're having private meetings with this guy.
Is it a
it's
comedy?
crazy. Kind of it's I don't know how to explain
It sounds like a me movie, so I'm watching
It's
it.
a great fucking movie, and he has this daughter, and she's they're just in the limelight for months because he refuses to give an answer. Basically,
Who's
So
the actor? Is it someone we know? Or is it just
What's it
one?
called again?
It's called Swing Vote.
I feel like I've heard of this movie. I never watched. Now I want to watch it.
It's a great movie. It's
Yeah.
a good movie to watch. I feel like right now. but
Listen, we're
it comes
talking
down to
about
one
election
guy.
anxiety. Go watch this movie, man. Just
Yeah.
take it light. Turn off
Yeah.
the TV because these fucking
Is it on
commercials.
Netflix?
It might
Or
be.
it's on
Is it older?
Prime.
It's on
Oh, I
Prime.
got Prime.
Kevin Costner.
Oh, Kevin Costner.
Costner.
I knew that. Okay. I was in a movie with Kevin Costner.
No big deal.
Love him. He's my bestie.
I was working on lines with him before this movie. I love the premise of that because
It's so good.
but I wouldn't want that pressure though.
No, but that's
this one?
That's the whole fucking. I know, which is crazy to
Listen,
think
if
about.
I'm the determining factor because I'm Puerto Rican and I live in Arizona, I don't want no one to know that shit.
Oh yeah, because then
I
they're
want
gonna be
no one
looking
to
for you.
know.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's my fucking vote. How'd you vote? I voted with a pen. Who'd you vote for? I ain't saying shit.
yeah, that's where I'm
Taking that to the grave.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, Paula Patton, George Lopez, Bill Maher.
Oh,
What?
This
It's
is
a
a full
great
cast.
fucking
Kelsey
movie.
Grammer,
When
yeah,
did
they
it
got
come out?
some-
Because I remember watching it when I was a
08.
kid. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wait.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta watch this.
It's a good movie.
I'm gonna
I
watch
think
that
we
tonight.
watched it literally in school because what was that was Obama
Yeah.
for the first time?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember, I was in 4th grade and we did a whole fake voting at school. I think we watched this movie. It was a whole thing.
Can you imagine though? You're that fucking person.
It's
Absolutely
wild.
not.
Stressful.
It's literally crazy. I remember there's this one scene and he's standing at his front door outside of his house and he lives on a farm in the middle of nowhere and there's just a million people in front of his house, cameras, paparazzi. He's what the fuck is going on?
I don't think
Is
I'd
there
vote.
a
Yeah.
clear, do they paint a candidate as a different picture or are they
I
both
can't remember that
nice?
much into detail,
Yeah.
but I do know that it's the presidents are sending this guy fruit baskets and shit. And, it's a fight for this guy. to
Hey
try to
man,
bribe
that's a
him
dig
over.
job. No, not that it would happen. It's probably mathematically impossible. But what if it was
Right.
a tie?
Yeah, it
What the
literally it would be crazy.
What the fuck happens? Do you just all right, it's a tie.
It's a recount.
It's a
Yeah,
recount?
you have to recount.
Wow, it's fucking
Yeah.
crazy. I'm watching Swing Vote.
Yeah.
You want to know what also is giving me election anxiety is that the content that we use to get away from politics, all these people are going on their shows. So let's say you enjoy Club Shay Shay or you enjoy a sports podcast or Caller Daddy.
Joe Rogan.
Or Joe Rogan.
3 fucking hours.
Yeah. It's
Trump,
you
yeah.
can't even
Kamala.
enjoy
Yep.
Vic Blends. Do you know who Vic
No.
Blends is? So Vic Blends is this guy who gives haircuts to random people on the streets and has
Oh
really
yeah,
fun
yeah, yeah. I
conversations.
follow that. Yeah.
He just had Obama on. So it's as a content creator, I'm so jealous of these people because it's my number one dream to meet a president. And
It's a weird fucking dream.
I'm a political science major.
Yeah.
And so the fact that if you just had a platform that these candidates are fighting for every vote, so they're going on your platform is an unfair fucking loophole. And but you can't escape it.
You can't escape it.
You can't escape it. It's on every podcast. They're up in the up in smoke or whatever, all the smoke.
I have the same bucket list though. If you can have a beer with someone, just having a beer, maybe a couple beers with any president, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Obama.
Obama?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, probably Obama.
Obama?
George
Seems chill.
Washington.
George Washington, the first.
The first one.
I get it, the first one.
Just be tell me what your thoughts here. What are you thinking? Imagine you're trying to create a government and you're what do you think?
Yeah.
Let's try this out.
Or, he's about to go into his 3rd term and you're hey, why do you think it's a bad idea that you don't want to have a 3rd term? Everybody wants you to be president.
Right. He's the one to set that off.
I have wonders.
I think mine would be JFK. I was like, yo, you and your brother were banging Marilyn Monroe. Did you guys know that? Did you have her killed? Was she going to blow the whistle? I have so many questions for JFK.
With all the conspiracies and stuff.
There are a
Who's
lot
the
of
most
questions.
conspiracy theorist is JFK?
Well, it's because he died.
No, but not only that. Like, I would say Marilyn Monroe is kind of like the Kim Kardashian back in the days, right? That's like if like Obama was having an affair with Kim Kardashian.
Shit, I mean, not comparing Jackie Kennedy to Kim Kardashian, but she has like she had her own style and swag. and,
Yeah.
like, was the it girl for sure. I'm not comparing.
Yeah, I
those
want
two
to
at all
have
and
a
make
beer
that
with
clear.
Jackie.
Yeah, no, I'm
Like,
not mad at that.
fuck a president. I want Jackie.
Jackie O. Yeah.
mad at that
Oh
either.
my God. Fucking banging Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's wild. And then his brother Robert was fucking around with her. Damn. Were they laughing? Like, it's your night?
Like high-fiving each other.
Was
Little
Robert
Eiffel
just...
Tower situation going on.
Yeah. Was Robert Kennedy didn't tell John that he was fucking with his side chick?
Like
you
they
mother...
knew.
They knew, right?
I feel like they were definitely banging her at the same time.
Because she was the biggest movie star in the world.
Yeah. They're like, we're fucking brothers. We took baths together as kids. We can do this.
Banger. Well, you think
It's
like
weird to bang someone with your own brother.
Yeah, would you bang somebody with your brother?
at the same time or like
Yeah.
take turns?
No, either. Both.
Probably
Both
not
those
at the
questions.
same time. Probably
But
take
yes
turns.
to at different times.
Probably different time. Yes, my brother. Probably that.
my brother.
Back in the
now.
60s, I felt like, man, yeah, Marilyn tonight or do I?
Same shooting gun.
You take her, I'm going to take Ginger from Gilligan's Island. Man.
She walks in, you're like, I didn't know you were coming over. She's like, yeah, I'm not here for you.
Yeah, your brother came all over me. Right?
Oh, gosh.
Hey, life advice. Life advice. Everybody, it's good life advice. Let's keep it light.
Keep it light.
Keep it light. Too much anxiety.
Fun.
All right. Well, switching gears here.
Switching gears to
You know
life
what?
advice.
Actually, this might be a kind of a good one. So since we're talking about people who don't agree with your views or might not support your beliefs and opinions, Thick Chonies actually had a question.
Dick Jones.
Love you.
She wanted some advice on. So she said she has some friends that don't agree nor support her certain beliefs or ways she kind of lives her life. She wants to know if she should take them off of social media, off of her social medias altogether.
They don't agree with her like lifestyle and
Yeah, like it was just like they were like unsupportive of her.
Oh man.
Oh, well, I was gonna say, well, yeah, we gotta spin the wheel. I have my opinions on that.
All right.
Thick Chonies, if you don't know, is one of our #1 listeners, and she listens every morning religiously, and we love Thick Chonies.
She makes really good salsa. You
Her
should buy it.
salsa is the
salsa.
best.
John Daniel.
JD, let's go.
Listen, there are two ways you can view this. You can view it in a sense of, are your friends trying to ring the alarm and just be good friends? And are they, maybe you're making some unhealthy life choices and they're bringing that to your attention?
That's a great point, JD.
So you have to take into account that maybe they're just trying to be your friends. I've had friends bring things up to me that maybe I got instantly upset at the time, but then bird's eye view is like, okay, why are they saying this to me? Or your friends are just complete assholes and you need to find a way out, and that happens. I think that
Yeah, because
it's unfortunate.
I would say I would ask well, like what lifestyle
Yeah, what are
because
we
you're
talking about
right.
here?
Like what if and we all know Thick Choni's kind of the same way. I've known her for a while, but it depends. Like, are you getting drunk, blackout drunk every fucking day? Then if your friends are just trying to be your friends, like you gotta use back. Now, not that's what it is, or do they not like?
I don't know. I feel like Chonies and I have had some conversations, and we talk a lot about how we feel very like similar with each other in the way that we just like think and speak and act. Because she always is messaging me. She's like, "I love that fucking mouth of yours," and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, I am very outspoken and have a mouth on me, but that can 100% be taken the wrong way,
Right.
and it does get taken the wrong way
Yeah.
a lot in my life. So I get kind of put a label on me a lot. So I like kind of almost. If she's coming from that perspective as to what we've talked about in that way, I feel like, yeah, fuck it. Or honestly, I just feel like, Chonies, you're a bad bitch. Like, who gives a fuck if your friends are like judging you or doing all this stuff? You're gonna post what you want to post anyway. If they want to sit and watch your stories and your Instagram posts and judge you, who gives a shit?
I think I know what she's talking about here. Maybe because Thick Chonies has an amazing salsa that she makes.
Oh, her
Yes,
sauce.
she does.
Right? So she started with like fried bread. We said, yo, this is good. Cut that shit out. This salsa is
Well, she's still making the fry bread.
She's still making the fried bread as a side hustle, so
I
go
believe
get
in
that.
you.
Yeah.
I believe in you. I love the salsa.
Yeah. Thick
And
choni
so-
salsa. I think that's what she's going to call it, right?
I think so.
I love it. But if she's saying, you know how like I don't know if you guys got the video. She was like, hey, can you send this video or can you put this on your story? Maybe her friends aren't supporting her business choices.
Yeah.
Which then again, you kind of like, I don't think your friends should really be contributing to that part of your life if it's something you enjoy doing, because I feel
Right.
like she enjoys doing that.
Yeah, and that's where I think it's fucked up because your friends are supposed to support you.
Correct.
So that's where they're
Yeah.
showing their true colors. And maybe, I don't know, a little jealousy is involved because she's taking on this new life venture.
Maybe.
But I don't know. I just feel like those kind of people got to get out of your circle because you're supposed to have supportive people around you.
Yeah.
I completely agree. I feel bad now because I haven't done that yet because I was going to do a whole taste test for her, but I've yet to buy tortilla chips.
Well, I was
Waiting on tortilla chips.
I was gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna make a video of me like trying
Yeah,
the salsa,
I was
and
like, I'm gonna do the thing.
she goes, hey, don't do that shit, dog. I don't got no MSG in there or whatever. Yeah, she was like, that shit's only supposed to last a couple days. Like, don't be eating that because I don't want to be in charge of the bubble guts.
Yeah.
If you like,
My
end up
husband
being
ate all
sick.
of it. We
It's
took
good.
it home
It's
from
hella
your
funny.
birthday party because she brought us all some salsa when we were at your party. And I took some home. I took JD's and Julia's home because we're all
shit.
drunk. So I was Mama Bear that night. I had the salsa with me.
That
But
is
my husband ate it for
funny.
breakfast.
I think
the
you guys
next
took my
morning,
chips.
and we ate your chips, Joey. Ivan opened them and we were just eating the salsa for breakfast.
I love hint of lime chips.
Those
the
are my
best.
favorite.
Those are my favorite, right?
Those are my all-time favorite chips in the whole world.
So I had to buy some, and this is some of the best homemade salsa ever. So,
so
be on the
good,
lookout,
dude.
thick chonies, and
Nice.
we gotta tag her or something with her salsa.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah,
freaking
it's so
good.
fucking good.
So fuck them friends.
Yeah.
Chonies,
Yeah.
support your set.
Get rid
You know
of
what?
them.
We support you. You're not supporting Thick Chonies. Fuck you.
Yeah, we love a boss ass bitch here.
Yeah. All right, man, that was fun. I'm glad that we decided to pick this topic because we were kind of half in life. We talk politics. If you listen to our show on the radio, we don't talk politics. We try to make light of it, whether it's Donald Trump or Kamala Harris or good luck to the winner and good luck to you, please. Time out on hate. Save that shit. There's too much shit in the world. Just be a good person. Be a good human. Whoever wins, wins. And we'll go from there, all right?
What did we learn here?
What did we learn? Thick Chonies is a badass fucking bitch.
Yes, she
She's a
is.
bad bitch.
I know that's right.
Arizona's a bad bitch.
Thick chonies in Arizona, bad bitches.
And it's up to me who the next fucking president is.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. Oh, Team Wepa. Ya tú sabes, papi.
The Aftermath.